Mr. Das, again, the question is here that affordable housing is connected with a slum-free city, which again to me is a strange concept because I mean slums are as necessary to a city as those palatial houses are. It also means, therefore, that these housing will come up on through slum rehabilitation. Now, you have worked in this area and you've done one of the better projects in this area. Now, I wanted you to first resolve this confusion between slum rehabilitation, affordable housing, and slum-free society, and then.
Well, I would like to make just 3 points here, really, which are important to my mind. One is, as I keep saying, let's depart. Let's seriously depart from this route of concessions, as I put it. Yes. We are all grappling with how to manufacture or fabricate a set of concessions to get around to finding a solution for affordable housing. The task is humongous. By providing 10% reservation in HIG housing, by giving 20% reservation in some land is not going to give us anything compared to the numbers and the shortfall of the demand in affordable housing. And let me clarify right at the beginning that affordable housing, when we say, is not just for the poor, but it's also for the middle classes, because our markets have shut doors even for the middle class. I think somebody even up to an income of 100,000 rupees, today in Mumbai, as an example, up to 30 kilometers from the city center can't afford to buy a house. So having said that we need to depart, we need to really, and in that sense, two things are important. We need to change our mindsets, and we need to make a paradigm shift in the understanding of the production and construction and supply of housing. And the key question is land, and accessing land in order to do that rather than fringe benefits through concessions.
So I wanted to bring you in, Mr. Malvandekar. You were earlier mentioning that for this affordable housing, especially at the scale that we're talking about in, say, Delhi, you're talking about 2.4 million houses to be built, and prefabricated structures would help. So, I mean, an individual possible builder who's doing, say, I don't know what is the magic number here where, prefabricated structure actually become economical for a unit. I mean, does it become economical at 10,000 houses, 20,000 houses, or what is the magic number here? And what is it that you as an institution driving the use of this technology, so to say?
In fact, recently, you know that we had announced this housing policy 2014, in which 25,040 houses were there. And most of these houses were built on prefabricated technology. We are using it for all bigger projects, and it is very cost effective. And all these houses are based on green technology, energy efficient. And
so, like, would a builder at a level like Ms. Mantri's company would get into a prefabricated structure kind of a building? And
that's the only option now in the coming time, because if you want to be cost effective, I think this is the best solution. Only the problem is that prefabricated, you need a large quantum. Then it is.
What is the large quantum? What is the magic number here that it turns the project profitable?
No, it's very difficult to define, but 10,000 and above, if you are talking 60 square meter below and size of the number, if you have large number, say 5 or 10,000 units, and not necessarily that one single developer should come. Only the technology should be usable in the surrounding area, where 10, 20 developers can come together and make use of the technology. It is very ideal for authorities like DDA or MHADA and so on, who are mainly focusing on speedy construction.
So, I wanted to bring you back on this. You still kind of...
I think I left the point with land. Yeah. Let's not beat around the bush. The main question is, how do we access land for affordable housing of this magnitude? Now, there are very clearly two ways to go about this. There are many, many cities, unlike Mumbai, Calcutta, Delhi, which is a different game altogether. In cities, we have to ensure that the development plans of cities do reserve adequate land for housing, and not just in an open category of housing, but classified for affordable housing, depending on the demographic structure of that city. All I'm saying is, first we need to have land available or accessible in order to deal with construction of affordable housing. Now this can be done. You see, it's not a matter of giving concessions to the poor. It's not a matter of feeling sympathy to them. It's about a certain change that we want to bring about in order to develop our cities. We can't develop our cities by saying, 80% of the population continue to live in marginalized spaces and neglected housing. So we need to first earmark adequate land for housing in the development plans of our cities, which are not being done.
This is what DDA is doing.
This is what DDA has done to a great extent, I must say. And DDA has been therefore one of the most successful public agencies in terms of mass housing. But the second point I want to quickly make in the same breath is that when it comes to big cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, etc., there is no land. Let's confess, land has been privatized. Business houses, private developers who own land are not going to give it away for philanthropic or social development work. The business people, they need to maximize their profit.
So what is the solution?
Etc. So the solution that we have asked for, Nivara has asked for in Mumbai, is that reserve all slums occupied lands for affordable housing, redevelop slums, and the sales components of that through enhanced FSI would be reserved for affordable sections. That means you set a limit of areas of those houses in those developments, the surplus housing that is being generated.
So this is a dramatic change of the whole approach that we had over slum rehabilitation, wherein we said that, we'll build, okay, there's the 10,000 tenements, we'll take the land, we'll construct one tower for them, we'll house all these 10,000 guys here, and remaining land we will develop as we feel. Is this feasible? Do you think the real estate sector would ever agree on something like this?
See, I'll tell you the problem. The government come with a very simple solution. I think just yesterday only, one of the association filed a petition in Bombay High Court which was lost. What they have done in Mumbai, they made a 20% reservation for EWS housing, each and every plot. Now my simple question to the government or the agency is, why you want to bring the restriction on a private property? Tomorrow you may say, there are a lot of people who don't get a space to sleep at night. This hotel should provide 20% reservation to the poor people who are sleeping on footpath. I think it's encroachment on the right. When I buy the slum land, I provide them free housing. I pay premium to the government at a ready reckoner price. Now, I think slightly, I may not be very happy putting such restriction because see, I work as a private company. My motto is to maximize my profit, make my shareholders happy. What is my suggestion? Everywhere this non-agricultural permission has created a chaos. Let's take an example. We are sitting in Delhi, Gurgaon. You have to go with a file with the chief minister or the ministry. What is my simple suggestion? A town, say Gurgaon or a Mumbai, 60 or 80 square kilometer area should be allowed for development. Number one, you connect with a proper infra and wherein you can reach within 30 minutes to CBD or workplace. And that's a classic example of Hyderabad, where you can see the prices have remained stable. So similar way, you have to create more land available for development, and which is the correct one for creation of the affordable housing segment.
So I'll just pull in Ashish on that.
I think end of the day, land is the problem. Let's not kid ourselves. The interesting thing is we did a map of the city of Ahmedabad. And what we did was we said, take the ring road, 17 kilometers from CBD, because your point, you've got to be accessible to CD is critical. You put all that land, and then you look at how much land is required to give every low-income person and poor person a 300 square foot house. You need 2% of the land. So it's not a matter of physical land. It's a matter of price of land.
The interesting thing is that the policy on land, which is again a political tool in some sense, wherein you control the development of land. I mean, now it is possible to make a 30 floor, 40 floor, 50 floor, whatever height of building. We don't allow that because it will change the dynamics, local dynamics of pricing, and local state developers will themselves oppose it. Increasing those FSI or FAR to a limit which is unreachable. Or in the other sense, when the acquisition of land is done, and you mentioned about the chief minister signing this thing, why doesn't, and I fail to understand, why is land first not converted and then acquired? I mean, we are acquiring this land, it's for a private developer, the residential to be built up. But again, you have this whole lobby attacking, saying, no, not this way. Acquire it first, and then we will change the land usage.